With just 40 minutes left, the pressure is on for drivers to finalize their setups. Norton still sitting quietly in the garage. Not a single timed lap on the board yet, with 40 minutes left on the clock. Still nothing from Lemrick yet either. Car hasn't even ventured out of the pit lane.
Mechanics will be checking data over and over. You don't want to burn too much practice time, but rushing an outlap is asking for trouble.
Ben Nadine dropping the hammer early, setting the benchmark with a 2:11.649 to grab the top spot. Norton finally rolling down the road, America straight. Let's see if this outlap turns into anything meaningful. Lemrick still parked up, closing in on the 10-minute mark of the session, without a single tick on the timing screen. Norton wastes no time getting up to speed, slots right into second with a 2:10.565.
Proper statement lap, straight out of the box, bypassed the warm-up and went straight for the jugular.
Lemrick answers back straight away, straight to the top with a 2:10.242 through the Moraine sweep.
Car looks hooked up through there. He's carrying massive mid-corner speed.
Coxis navigating the hurry downs right now, still waiting on the first timed effort of the session from him. Norton hustling that car through Canada Corner, still sitting in second behind Lemrick.
He's apexing a fraction late, trying to square off the exit for that long run down the straight.
Naden dropping down to third as those quicker laps come in, threading past Corvette Ridge right now.
He's losing a tenth or two in the tighter sections compared to Lemridge. Needs to tidy up the braking phase.
Norton sweeping through turn 8, keeping the pressure on the leaders with that 2 minutes, 10 seconds, and 5 milliseconds. Still nothing on the board for Kachis as we tick past the 6-minute mark.
Must be some setup changes going on in the garage. No point burning rubber if the balance isn't right.
Maul is yet to venture out as well, watching the monitor from the pit wall for now. Coaches finally gets a time on the board, slotting into fourth with a 2:12.186 through turn 5.
Decent banker lap to get his eye in. Now he can start pushing the limits of grip.
Nadine holding steady in third as the clock winds down toward the 30-minute mark.
He'll want to find another second if he wants to match Lemmer's pace out front.
Lemrich finding even more pace out front, improving his own benchmark down to a 2:10.014. Norton responding with a personal best through turn 4, shaving it down to a 2 minutes, 10 seconds, and 2 milliseconds, but staying right behind Lemrich in second.
He's chipping away at that gap bit by bit. That Sector 4 split was purple.
Coach is finding a chunk of time through turn 5, jumping up to third with a 2 minutes, 11 seconds, and 1 millisecond. Mull still yet to head out on track, plenty of time left, but you have to wonder what they are tweaking in the garage. Norton blasting down the road, America straight, slipping back to third on the timing monitors. Where did that come from? Mull rolls out of the pit lane and instantly rockets to the top with a 2:10.009.
Talk about making an entrance. Didn't even need a warm-up lap to find the limit.
Koukaxis navigating turn 3, currently sitting 4th after those rapid improvements around him. Norton sweeping past Corvette Bridge, holding on the 3rd spot in a very tight top 4. Nadine shuffled down to 5th now as the times keep tumbling around her. Koukaxis navigating turn 14, still holding 4th in the order with 26 minutes on the clock. Lemerick's sitting in 2nd now after Mull's flyer, just 200ths off the pace. Norton holding solid in 3rd place, just 0.2 shy of the leading time.
He's right in the wheel tracks of that leading group. Any minor slip-up from Mull or Lemrich and he'll be through.
Lemrich flicking the car past Corvette Bridge, hunting down Mull for that top spot. Nadine's still looking for a breakthrough down in 5th place.
He needs to change his entry line into the heavy braking zones. He's bleeding time every time he stops the car.
Corsa charging down the road, America straight, keeping himself locked into 4th position.
Car looks settled under a heavy load there. Good stability on the aero.
Constable Bear yet to venture out of the pits as we approach the halfway mark of the session. Lemrich through turn 5, maintaining that P2 spot, just hundredths away from the top. Constable Barry finally on the move, rolling down the road, America straight on an outlap. McFarker also making his first appearance of the session, heading down the road America straight. Norton stretching the legs of that car down the road, America straight, still holding 3rd.
He's finding a good slipstream effect there. Could be crucial when qualifying rolls around.
Neil Constable Barry slots into 7th with a 2 minutes 12 seconds and 4 milliseconds as the field continues to fill out.
Not a bad banker, but he's losing a chunk of time in the technical section.
And David Constable Barry puts a time on the board straight away, slotting in right ahead of his teammate in 6th with a 2 minutes 12 seconds and 2 milliseconds.
Friendly family rivalry going on right there on the timing screens.
Coxis navigating the bend, holding strong in 4th place.
He's keeping his nose clean and banking consistent laps. Smart way to run practice.
Mull still sitting pretty at the summit of the timesheets with under 20 minutes to go. Neil Constable Barry, down the road America straight, slipping to 8th after the latest shuffle. Norton feathering the throttle through turn 5, maintaining that solid third position. Neil Constable Barry finding some extra speed through turn 7, clawing his way up to 7th with 2 minutes, 11 seconds, and 6 milliseconds. Passes through turn 3, slipping back to 5th as the mid-pack times start dropping. Mull caught out on track, dropped to 2nd through turn 5.
Somebody must have just dipped into the 9s. Let's see who stole the top spot.
McFarquhar putting a solid lap together through the Moraine sweep, slotting into 8th with 2 minutes, 11 seconds, and 6 milliseconds. Norton breaks the 210 barrier. A 2:09.951 through the carousel puts him straight to the top of the pile. David Constable Barry finding a 10th through turn 1, improving to a 2 minutes, 11 seconds, and 4 milliseconds to grab 7th. Fauvargue still waiting in the wings, not a single lap recorded yet, with 14 minutes remaining.
Cutting it fine. If they're fixing a handling issue, every minute in the pits is precious data lost.
Neil Constable Barry on a charge. He jumps up to 5th with a 2 minutes 10 seconds and 8 milliseconds through turn 3. McFarquhar is testing the Radical State Route 3 XXR under more aggressive conditions. Fovard finally rolls out and immediately sets a 2 minutes 11 seconds and 4 milliseconds through the carousel, slotting into 8th.
Takes guts to go straight into the carousel on their very first flying lap without tire temp.
Nadine rocketing down the road America straight, posting a 2 minutes, 10 seconds, and 7 milliseconds to climb all the way up to 4th. David Constable Barry through the carousel, slipping down to 9th despite setting a personal best, 2 minutes, 11 seconds, and 2 milliseconds.
Shows how much the track is rubbering in. A personal best is dropping you down the order.
McFarquhar tackling the hurry downs, leaping up to 7th with a 2 minutes 10 seconds and 8 milliseconds.
He's keeping that momentum up through the mid-corner. Beautiful car placement.
David Constable Barry navigating turn 1, still locked in a fierce battle down in 9th place. Fovard on a massive flyer. He leaps right up to 4th with a 2 minutes, 10 seconds, and 5 milliseconds through turn 5.
Look at him grab that apex. He's totally unlocked the grip on this track now.
Mole threading through turn 3, still holding that second spot behind Norton as the clock ticks down. Corsa navigating turn 5, slipping down to 8th as the late session improvements roll in. David's last lap was a 4:16.853, aiming to shave off some seconds here. Mole powering through turn 14, still hunting for that final 10th to reclaim the top spot from Norton. David Constable Barry sweeping past Corvette Bridge, looking to respond and climb out of 9th.
He needs to take more risk on entry. He's braking a fraction too early, and it's costing him momentum.
Fovarg handling the carousel, sliding back to 6th as the rest of the field fires and moves. David Constable Barry through Bill Mitchell Bend, still holding 9th with under 7 minutes left.
Time is running out to find a setup tweak. If they want to move up, it has to happen right now.
Fovarg finding another chunk of time, improving to 2 minutes 10 seconds and 3 milliseconds through turn 1 to grab 5th place. Now, several laps into the session, Ben 18 looks to refine their line and timing. Mole setting up for turn 2, holding 2nd as the clock winds down into the final 5 minutes.
He's been sitting on that time for a while. Wonder if they've cooked the tires or if he's saving them for a final dash. McFarquhar putting in a personal best through Canada Corner, jumping up to 6th with a 2 minutes 10 seconds and 5 milliseconds. Great rotation through there. He kept his foot in when others would have backed off.
Norton still keeping the field at arm's length with that 2 minutes 9 seconds and 9 milliseconds, leading the pack with 4 minutes remaining.
He can practically put his feet up in the garage now. Nobody's matched that Sector 3.
David Constable-Berry makes a massive jump up to 7th with a 2 minutes, 10 seconds, and 6 milliseconds through turn 5.
There's the response. He finally found the limit on entry.
Lemmerch sitting down in 4th now as the dying moments of the session heat up. Kosis navigating turn 14, slipping down to 9th as the field trades fast laps in the closing stages. Neil Constable-Berry holding 8th place with just over 2 minutes left on the clock. David Constable-Berry shaving a few more thousandths off his time, holding steady in 7th. Lemmerch on a storm. A 209.618 through turn 8 rockets him right up to 2nd.
Look at that. Absolute textbook driving at the death of the session.
Elliot Norton has set a best lap time of 209.951 so far. McFarquhar crossing the line to finish his lap as the checkered flag waves, grabbing 6th with a 2 minutes, 10 seconds, and 2 milliseconds.
And that's a wrap on practice. Elliot Norton takes the top spot, but what a frantic finish from everyone else.
Norton sweeping past Corvette Bridge, slipping to 3rd at the very end as the final timing adjustments roll in.
Doesn't matter where you finish in practice as long as you've got the race pace sorted, but he'll want that top spot back when qualifying starts.
Stokes out on track for the very first time through Bill Mitchell Bend with just over a minute left on the clock.
Cutting it slightly close there. Just trying to scrub the tires in before practice officially wraps up.
Caucasus finding a late improvement down in ninth with 2 minutes 10 seconds and 6 milliseconds as the clock ticks down. Stokes gets a time on the board immediately, slotting into 10th with a 2 minutes 10 seconds and 8 milliseconds through turn 5. Kosas finding more pace in the dying minutes, jumping up to 8th with a 2 minutes 10 seconds and 4 milliseconds. Let's get this qualifying session underway here at Road America.
Let's see who's got the speed and the skills to take the pole position.
Mall still sitting in the pits. Nothing on the board yet with just under 6 minutes left on the clock.
Constable Barry taking his time coming out of the garage, letting the track rubber in before he shows his hand.
Norton's still parked up too. Clock is ticking down under 5 minutes now.
He might just be waiting for some clear track to avoid getting tangled up in traffic on an outlap.
Coaches is finally out on track, sweeping through the kink right now.
Crucial part of the lap that you need absolute trust in the rear end through there, or you lift and kill your momentum.
Lemrich rolling out of the pit lane now as the clock ticks past the halfway mark. Maul finally firing up the engine, heading out with 3.5 minutes left.
Cutting it a bit fine, he'll only have time for a single flying lap once the tires are up to temp.
Maul lays down a 209.7, jumps straight to the top of the pile.
Solid benchmark under pressure, but with the track rubbering in, that time's definitely beatable.
McFarquhar leaving it right to the wire with barely over a minute to go. Thusi still hasn't put a time on the board with the clock winding down.
Must have had a moment on his outlap or aborted the run. You don't stay out this long without a time unless something's gone wrong.
Nadine is lighting up the timing screens, just 100th under his previous best on this final run.
Constable Barry charging through the moraine sweep, carving a 10.5 off his time right as the session expires.
David Constable Barry finding 3.5 tenths in the pocket. He's screaming toward the line. Stokes through turn 7, 3 tenths up on his personal best.
He's keeping it neat, no overdriving. That's how you hook up a final sector.
Constable Barry flashing through the kink. Time is almost out. Constable Barry snatches third with a 2:10.1 at the very death. David Constable Barry down the road, America straight, 4/10 up and looking to improve that 8th place. Naden hammering down the road, America straight, 2/10 up on his previous best.
Needs every bit of that slipstream if he wants to claw his way out of 8th.
Faubourg throwing the car through Bill Mitchell Bend, half a second up on his time. Faubourg converts that pace into a 2:10.2, jumps all the way up to 6th.
Brilliant commitment. Through the middle sector, hooked it up nicely.
Nadine bleeding a tiny bit of time now, 800ths off his best as he hunts for positions. It's a very still day here at Road America as we're getting ready to kick things off.
The drivers are looking focused out there on the grid. I'm excited for this one, Hal.
Martine Moll leading the field away from pole in that radical State Route 3 XXR Pro Class Standard right at the front.
Best seat in the house. Getting off the line cleanly here is everything, especially with the pack breathing down your neck.
Constable Barry lining up third on the grid, flying the flag for the AM class in that radical.
Third is a really sweet spot to start. You can watch the leaders squabble into the first braking zone and capitalize if they get messy.
Norton right there behind Constable Barry, fourth on the grid in the Pro Class.
He will want to muscle past that AM car early before the leaders check out.
Faubourg holding down, sixth on the grid, representing the Pro-Am class.
6th row start, you are right in the spray and the turbulence. Need maximum focus just to survive the first lap scramble.
And right alongside the battle for the top 10, David Constable Barry slots into 7th in the Pro-Am class.
Family pride on the line here too. He will be keeping a very close eye on Neil up ahead in 3rd.
Kusick makes it 3 Pro-Am runners in a row, lining up 9th on the grid.
Mid-pack in these radicals is absolute chaos. You need eyes in the back of your head through the opening complex.
Rounding out the top 10, McFarquhar brings that Pro Class pace to the 5th row.
He's got the speed to move forward, but carving through this mid-pack traffic is going to test his patience.
And we are racing. Moll gets a lightning start off pole.
Great launch. Look at Constable Barry holding firm in 3rd though, defending hard for Norton right away.
Moll controlling the pace nicely out front, dictating terms on the opening lap.
Smart driving. He wants to break the DRS train immediately and just breathe easy.
Constable Barry slipping back 1 spot early, down to 4th.
Norton must have caught him napping on the exit. Hard to defend when someone gets that kind of run.
Constable Barry still having to look in his mirrors, trying to steady the car after losing that place.
He is just feeling for rear grip right now. The tires take a minute to switch on. Easy to overcook it.
McFarquhar on the move already, up 2 spots into 7th place.
Sent it right up the inside. That is how you capitalize on a messy opening sequence.
Closer holding station in 8th, right in the thick of this midfield scrap.
He is just keeping his nose clean while everyone else lunges. Sometimes staying out of trouble is a gain in itself.
Hold on, Kosick has rocketed up to 5th place. What a surge.
Massive gain. Nadine is sitting back in 8th now, 7/10 adrift. Kosick needs to use that breathing room to pull a gap.
McFarquhar under immense pressure now as Nadine fills his mirrors, just 1/10 separating them.
0.1 seconds. Nadine is close enough to read the tire branding. This is going to be a defensive masterclass or a crash.
McFarquhar loses a spot to Nadine, just a 10th in it as the position changes hands.
Nadine made that stick on the cutback. McFarquhar left just enough room on the apex and paid for it.
Fovard chasing down McFarquhar through turn 3, 3/10 the gap.
He is in the tow now. Needs to get his front tires biting on entry if he wants to look down the inside.
Fovard snatches 7th from McFarquhar, and they're literally nose to tail with a 0 gap.
Rubbing is racing in this class. McFarquhar is not going to take that line down. Watch for the counterattack.
Kosick is right on the gearbox of Constable Barry for 4th place, just a 10th apart.
He is setting up a move here. You can see him jinking left and right, trying to force Constable Barry into a defensive error.
Constable Barry has managed to pull 6/10 clear of Kosick since we last checked in.
Smart defense. Just had to string 2 clean sectors together to break that slipstream and force Kosick to back off.
Maul is hunting down the overall race leader, Lemrich, just 2/10 covering him.
2/10 at this speed is nothing. Mull is sniffing around the outside, looking for any hesitation on the entry.
McFarquhar fighting back against Fovard, now just 2/10 behind in 8th place.
He wants that position back immediately. You cannot let them settle, or they will just drive away from you.
And McFarquhar pits at the end of lap 1. Drama down in the lane.
Early stop? That has got to be damage or an issue you do not peel in this early on purpose.
Mull setting a blistering pace, bringing that gap to Lemrich down to 4/10 as they start lap 2.
Look at that lap time, a 2:10. He has found extra grip somewhere, and Lemrich is going to feel that pressure.
Mull has slipped slightly further back, the gap stretching out to 7/10 now.
He used up too much tire trying to close that gap earlier, and now Lemrich is starting to edge away again.
Nadine sitting in 6th place, looking up at Kosick with 8/10 to make up on lap 2.
He is in no man's land a bit right now. Needs to lock into a rhythm and claw that gap back before time runs out.
Nadine has really reeled Kosick in, slashing that gap down to just 0.3.
That is a massive chunk of time, pulled back in just a few corners. Kosick needs to defend the inside line right now.
Moll is right back on the bumper of the leader Lemrich, 0.3 the gap.
He has recharged those tires and smells blood. Watch for a lunge at the end of the straight.
Nadine still pressing hard in 6th, sitting half a second behind Kosick as we tick past the 5-minute mark.
He is probing for a weakness, testing different lines through the complex to see where Kosick is vulnerable.
Naiden has sliced that gap in half again, down to just 0.2.
He is putting every inch of that car right in Kosick's gearbox. Absolute pressure cooker of a battle.
Fauvargue and Nadine are side by side. 0 gap for 6th place on lap 3.
Wheel to wheel. Neither driver is backing out of this apex. This is proper edge of your seat stuff.
Fauvargue has just managed to squeeze 1/10 of breathing room ahead of Nadine.
He survived that squeeze. Nadine tried to force the issue on the outside but had to back out.
Moll setting a blistering pace, just 0.4 off Lemrich up front with 4 minutes to go.
2:10 flat. He is wringing every ounce of speed out of that radical. Lemrich cannot afford a single mistake here.
Nadine applying intense pressure on Fauvargue for 6th, just a 10th splitting them with 4 minutes remaining.
He is driving in Fauvargue's mirrors right now. If Fauvargue locks up even a fraction, Nadine is diving through.
Nadine has finally shaken off Fauvargue, opening up half a second of breathing room.
Fauvargue must have missed a gear or run wide on exit. That tiny mistake just cost him the fight.
Moll locked onto the back of Lemrich again, 0.4 covering the top 2.
He is just biding his time, studying where Lemrich is weak. Expect a massive lunge before this race ends.
Moll has shaved another 10th off the lead. The gap is down to 0.3.
He is in the sweet spot now. Lemrich's rear tires are going to start feeling the heat of that dirty air.
Fauvargue running in 6th place on lap 4, looking up at Kosick 1 second ahead.
That is a big gap to bridge, with only a few minutes left. He needs a mistake from Kosick to get back in the hunt.
Moll slipping back just a fraction. 0.6 now between our leader Lemrich and 2nd place.
He might be cooling his engine and tires down. You cannot sit on a gearbox for a whole race without cooking your rubber.
Moll fires right back, slashing the gap to Lemrich down to 0.3.
Back on the hunt. That cooldown worked. He is right back in the slipstream.
Fauvargue through the carousel now, holding 5th with a comfortable 4.9 second cushion back to Kosick.
He has finally got some clear air to breathe. Now it is just about putting his marks and bringing the car home.
Fauvargue extending his advantage, stretching that gap out to nearly 6 seconds over Kosick.
Driving away cleanly. No pressure from behind means he can just focus on smooth inputs and tire preservation.
Hold on. The timing screens show Lemrich is actually sitting in second now, 3/10 behind Mole.
Mole must have made the pass stick while we were looking elsewhere. Absolute masterclass.
Lemrich fights straight back into the lead, and they are level with a 0 gap.
They are trading paint out there. Neither of them wants to settle for second.
Mole slots into second as they start lap 5, 4/10 off Lemrich out front.
He is setting up another run. You can see him studying the rear of that leading car for any sign of fading grip.
Mole has slipped slightly, the gap stretching out to half a second now.
Lemrich is starting to manage his pace brilliantly, just keeping him at arm's length.
Norton running in third place on lap 5, just over a second behind Mole.
He is lurking. If those top two take each other out, fighting for the win, Norton will inherit the lead on a silver platter.
Mole slicing through the carousel, 6/10 behind Lemrich with time running down.
He needs to close that gap right now if he wants one final lunge for the win before the checkered flag.
Mole has dropped back to third, losing ground with the gap blowing out to 1.5 seconds.
He must have run wide coming out of the carousel. That mistake just handed the podium away.
Mole is back up to second, clawing the gap back to 6/10 behind Lemrich.
Whatever mistake he made, he has recovered instantly. Incredible resilience.
Mole through turn 14, holding steady in second place with 7/10 to the leader.
He is just managing the gap now, keeping the pressure on without destroying his tires on the final stretch.
Mole has reeled Lemrich back in, cutting the gap down to 4/10.
He is not giving up on this win. Every corner brings him right back onto the leader's gearbox.
Norton through turn 3 on lap 6, sitting 9/10 behind Mole in third.
Sub-9 lap time, he is flying. If Mole makes a mistake fighting the leader, Norton is right there to pounce.
Norton slips just a fraction further back, the gap stretching out to a full second.
He is losing touch slightly with the leaders. He needs to find another 10th somewhere if he wants to stay in this podium fight.
Mole locked in behind Lemrich on lap 6, half a second the gap for the lead.
He is hunting for a gap as we enter the closing stages. Every corner is a potential passing zone now.
Norton running in third on lap 6, now trailing Mole by 1.2 seconds.
He is driving a lonely race at this point. Unless the leaders take each other out, he is locked into the final podium spot.
Norton has dropped way back, the gap to Mole blowing out to 6.5 seconds.
Massive time loss. He must have had a major moment or run wide off track.
Lemrich leading the field with just 20 seconds left on the clock. 6/10 covering him and Mole.
Hold your breath. One lap to go, and Mole is throwing everything at him for the win.
Joel Lemrich takes the checkered flag and wins the race after starting second.
Brilliant drive. Defended like a lion under immense pressure all the way to the line. Proper racecraft.
Mole brings it home in second place after starting from pole position.
He gave it everything he had, just ran out of laps to make that final move stick.
Norton crosses the line to round out the podium in third after starting fourth.
Solid, quiet drive from him. Stayed out of trouble and reaped the rewards when others slipped up.
Constable Barry takes fourth, Kosick fifth, Fovark sixth, and Nadine rounds out the pack in seventh.
Great battles right down the order today. Everyone brought their A game to this grid.